I thought we were going to speak alone. This is a lot more people than I...
What's wrong with it? Even the doctors at Dar al-Shifa allow patients to be accompanied.
Well, if Kale doesn't mind her secret being revealed, I have no problem with it.
Thanks for being so considerate, Miss Nicole.
Closest friends. It's so nice to hear that.
All right. In that... Kale, are you aware that there are god remains?
I am. When I was young, I got sick with Elazar. The Fatui convinced my mom and dad that they could help. There were a lot of other kids just like me there. This creepy guy, and I can still remember the pain like it was yesterday. But thanks to the friends who've stuck by me all this time anyway. So, you're saying that what happened to me has something to do with the god?
Yes. Those were the remains of Nabu Malikata, the goddess of flowers.
What? You don't seem surprised like the rest of us.
The possibility crossed my mind when Kale recited the Goddess of Flowers song and...
You made Paimon jump! What are you...
I was merely passing through when I heard the name of the Goddess of Flowers. Be assured that I share your You, with the hat. Are you certain? I sense no trace of the Lord of Flowers within...
Well, it is a very small fragment. Unless special methods are used to manifest its power, even her closest acquaintances would find it. After the goddess passed away, her remains were scattered across the desert. King Deshret gathered all the pieces he could find and buried them in the Eventually, the Fatui must have found a way to track some of them down. Presumably for... You're more shaken than I thought. In one sense, you've been extraordinarily lucky. So many people who yearn for this kind of power never attain it, yet you have coexisted.
I don't know what to say. I'm glad that I could help everyone with this power.
Well, people value their autonomy very highly. Even a well-intentioned intruder can shake one's sense of self.
I understand how you feel, Kale. But once you get used to it, you'll find it's nothing to be concerned about.
Huh. I guess you, of all people, have a good reason to...
2 good reasons, in fact. Incidentally, 3 is the maximum number of Hermanubis' buff.
Let me guess. Because 2's company, but 3's a crowd?
Thanks for helping to explain the...
Not my intention.
Goddess preserve me. I should take my leave. This boy in his wolf's head hat speaks much too differently from the Hermanubis I remember.
Kale, all I'm trying to say is, no matter how many Hermanubis fragments there are within me, you wouldn't think of me as Hermanubis. In the same way,
Yeah. So about that dream I had, was it a warning from the Goddess of Flowers?
Yes. Just like me, she was an angel created by the primordial humans, born with the instinct to guide living beings. Though her body and soul have perished, her essence retains its natural instincts. The mother of dreams? Lord of flowers and oases?
But I still don't understand.
Yes. Why, indeed. You weren't the only one injected with god remains, but I suspect it may be because of the firm will you showed in the Of course, this doesn't mean you have to shoulder any extra responsibility, as this young man said. All right. Any further questions from the family members of the patient?
let's move out. Time to put our...
We all hope it'll work.
Haven't you handled other big...
I mean, the biggest project I've worked on to date is probably, the...
Look on the bright side. At least this time you're actually here when Sumeru needs you most. You won't have to come asking me for detail.
Mock me all you want. But now that I'm here, things will be resolved.
Kave's self-doubt disappeared
Well, This confidence is most gladdening. Now,
Oh, Miss Nicole. I heard you were very...
oh, I don't know.
Honestly, even though Kasharawar is best known for its focus on mechanics, plenty of Kasharawar scholars are... So if they rate your work, that's enough for us.
Who's...
Myself and a few other scholars. Kashif, Daneshvar.
Oh, well, if you insist, I...
Whoa!
Look at the level of detail. The squirrel descends from the heavens like a champion.
Kave? Kave, come here for a sec. Oh, and,
All right, but hang on a moment. I have to
You called?
this squirrel statue.
Oh, a squirrel. I wouldn't say cute per se. The realism is what stands out to me. Were you trying to carve a statue of a hero?
Oh, a hero? I suppose so.
I see. Well, do you tend to read novels about heroes in your spare time?
As a matter of fact, I do quite enjoy those. Everyone loves a good tale.
Then perhaps this statue represents the heroic tale you long to see deep down. Also on the subject of heroism, I feel that if the subject posed with a finger raised towards the heavens, it would lend a... I'm sure some would call it cliché or old-fashioned, but not me. I think it would be a perfect fit. Kave!
Sorry, Madame Faruzan, I'm a little busy.
What a pity. That young man has excellent aesthetic tastes. I was hoping to...
What a genius idea! Why didn't I think of that? Classical beauty is a great...
Precisely. A then place the two statues faced...
Yes! That's...
It'll be a masterpiece. Miss... I'm sorry.
Just call me Nicole.
What? Oh, no.
Why ever not? Madam is a state of mind cultivated from within. Anyone may call me Madam. My dear Miss Nicole, once we make it through these trying times, should we have the pleasure of meeting again, I shall look forward to seeing. In this day of age, it's rare to find people with an appreciation for classical aesthetics. Meeting you was truly a
Honestly, I feel the same way. It's been a long time since I met anyone interested in this style of statue. Clearly, they don't call you Madam for nothing. Also, I have to say, you're a very good judge of character. Because when I think about it, I really am someone who likes stories about heroes. That must be why I've quietly kept watch over generations.
Sorry, keeping watch over heroes?
Let's not tell Madame Faruzan about Miss Nicole.
Good idea. Let's limit the
I hope everyone's ready. We'll be arriving at our destination very shortly. Why, we've not seen so many visitors ever, really. Closer inspection reveals many familiar faces.
You surmised correctly.
Oh, enormous, you say? How large, then? Large? Why, you've even put a... I know that laugh. Lilipar? What on earth are you?
This is hilarious. Turns out good things really do come to those who wait. As long as you stay alive long enough. When did you three get locked up in here? And still you act all high and mighty, putting on a show for the younglings.
Why you? Yes, I know. No need to shout. You're right, Lila. But didn't King Deshret seal you away? How did you break free, and how?
Who knows? Perhaps you can ask my master one day, should you ever get the chance. Behold, the executioners of old. Some have turned into fragments residing in human bodies, and others are imprisoned eternally, leaving not a single shard behind. It's almost tragic, watching lowly prisoners like you act all self-important.
I'm starting to take a liking to this magic bottle lady.
Time is of the essence. We come to you, O three ancient lords, to request your assistance on behalf of the Academia. If we can help you regain your freedom, then please consider lending us your aid. As for precisely what we need your help with, it's a long story. So, to demonstrate our sincerity, we are
All right, stop arguing, Croco. And Goatee, don't you start. What's the harm in letting her speak? It's not worth getting so angry about. Forget about her. The three... But do you really have a way to answer them? You once answered the final question, Nefer, but the seal did not open. Unless, with the passage of time, you have found...
You could say so. When you first asked me what determines truth and falsehood, my answer was a liar's soul. Liars are the best at seeing through the falsehoods of the world. But if you want them to tell you the truth, you have to reach their soul.
I think that makes sense.
I found it quite compelling myself, and I told Nefer so. Unfortunately, it brought us no...
Well, that's simply because it was my answer, not the one King...
Can you guess which answer Al-Ahmar wanted then?
Time. And that's not only the answer to the final question. It's the all things wax and wane with the passage of time. Love and hate, current affairs are always fraught with conflict and controversy. Only time can distinguish between... You once described King Deshret as a proud man. I'd say that the prouder someone is, the more inclined they are to believe that only time is qualified to be their...
Time. Indeed. Perhaps in building Aru, our king was in fact attempting to reverse time, to bring love and hate, right and wrong, the rise and fall of all things back to their point. This is the most eventful day I have experienced in a long time.
Are those 3 of the 7 pillars?
Turns out the statues were quite faithful to the source.
You three seem to be in good spirits.
Prison can help a person grow and learn to cherish what they have. Nevertheless, after everything you've done for me, I sincerely hope you never have to experience it for your... Hello, Nefer.
It's good to see you, Thoth, the Ibis King.
Nice. Definitely puts my mind at ease.
Should we maybe introduce ourselves, or...
Sure. I'm Sethos, the current leader of the Temple of Silence. This is General Mahamatra Sino. And this is the former Spantamad sage, Cyrus. But I'm guessing none of that means a whole lot to you.
Everything is equally new to us, in truth. We've been gone from this mortal world for longer than you can imagine.
Let's hold off on the introductions for now. We can always ask Nefer about you later. It'll give me something to talk about with my...
You're like a helpless parent. Gods and people of yore are not necessarily welcome in today's world. Self-awareness is one of my finest qualities. I thought I ought to share its fruits with you.
Is that so? Well, I think we'll take it in stride, just as we did with the 3 questions. Let's not forget, it was my persistence that won you both your freedom.
Fair point. I have to applaud your persistence.
And I must praise you for your wisdom.
I'm sorry?
Why, your tremendous accomplishments deserve a reward, do they not? You must let us do something for you in return.
General Mahamatra, what do you think?
I won't beat around the bush. Sumeru is facing a crisis the likes of which have never been seen before.
Every calamity throughout the ages has been connected to us in one way or another, whether we were its cause or consequence.
Whatever is wrong with Irminsul, it severely affected the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Dragon? I'm sorry, the Dendro Dragon is helping to heal?
Not a pep, surely. Not vicious, cruel, a pep who possesses no virtues aside from her basic instincts. Ah, good heavens.
Oh, I shudder to think what could have caused Lesser Lord Kusanali to suffer such a plight. Still, why would the Dendro Dragon lend you her aid? She has always held nothing but contempt for the Archons. I suppose she and Kusanali must have some...
You can help us make history, too.
A smooth talker. Well said, lad.
Currently, no one can connect to Irminsul. We hope that by opening up Aru and making some modifications to it, we can use its technology to our advantage.
Unfortunately, Aru is an imperfect creation. King Deshret never managed to realize his full vision before his death. Much remains to be done if it is to be pitted against Irminsul itself. Besides, I hear your reasons, but to give Aru up over such would be...
The archaeological records clearly indicate that although Aru's construction took a long time, it was not beyond human means to achieve. Modern technology should solve the efficiency issues. We have no choice but to go all in on this.
This is by no means a threat. But the only reason we helped you escape from Aru was to gain the necessary leverage to negotiate with you. You asked us to state our wishes, and we have. Each one of us here needs your help, as do all the thousands of people living in Sumeru.
What do we think, my fellow old fogies?
Since you ask so nicely, naturally.
Naturally what? Are you for or against?
I simply mean we shall do what comes naturally. You claim that you wish to open Aru. No,
we do. We understand the risks involved.
In all likelihood, the mortal world will never again...
You claim that you wish to open Aru. Know you then that the golden slumber created by King Deshret is preserved within?
We are sure. Before people can dream.
If your minds are made up. Very well. Saint Shezepank, Saint Bennu. Once you surrendered to silence and were buried with King Deshret.
Saint Bennu, responding to your call. 3 kings...
Saint Shezbank, responding to your call. 3 kings detected.
Lord Herreshoff. Would a law...
Then your trust in my well-being has long outlived your physical body. You have always opened with that same phrase. In life, death...
Al-Akmar is long gone. What is the reason for this meeting?
You're awake? Good. We are voting on whether to give the people of present-day Sumeru access to Aru and permit them to perform technological renovations. You have the right to support...
Aru is the pride of Al-Ahmar. Opening Aru requires the unanimous consent of the 7 pillars. I hope You have a convincing reason to present to...
Sumeru is currently in the midst of a major calamity. Let us not forget that while Al-Ahmar was a stern ruler, a god without his people shall cease to exist, and King Deshret's greatest wish was to provide protection for his people. Let us then honor our God King's wishes as we consider our
I do not mean to mock these proceedings, but what is the point of a unanimous vote when we know that the last of the 7 pillars, the Dendro Dragon Apep, will never communicate with us?
This will no doubt surprise your mechanical mind, and I have no intention of trying to persuade you it is true. But Apep is, in fact, healing.
Huh? Can someone attest to this?
Do I ask the 3 kings? Can any of you...
Naturally, the Ibis King, Thoth.
What?
It was Thoth's disciples who revealed the truth to us. We need not debate its veracity. Simply let Thoth bear accountability. That way the rest of us may have a clear...
Perish, you diabolical...
I awakened our former colleagues for you, supported your opinion, and backed your decision.
I miss the days when Hermanubis was still around. At times like this, he would offer to...
What are you trying to say? Is my word worth less to you than Herman...
Hypocrite though you are, Lord Thoth, you are humorous in equal measure. How could we bear not to associate with a character such as you? I, Saint Shezpank, approve the Goat King's proposal.
Since King Deshret is no more, we shall receive no reprimand for acting beyond our remit. Remember, the moment that Aru is liberated, the myriad souls residing within the Golden Slumber will return to the ley lines. And once the ley lines flow again, to take this step is to bring the perfect afterlife created by our...
We understand that well, and we have decided to proceed regardless. Furthermore,
King Deshret's creation is clear... King Deshret's creation is clearly a place of rest and peace. Hitinu approves.
Hermanubis' representative and the Dendro Dragon Apep made their choice ahead of time, while the Goat King, Ibis King, and Crocodile King have also granted permission. By the grace of His Majesty, guided by his wisdom and will,
What's this? Are we under attack? No.
Here you are.
Father.
It's Chet's father, Jibriel! That's right! He entered the golden...
I smell blood and sand on you. You've grown.
You have to leave, don't you? Please.
This meeting is a blessing from the gods. My soul, once imprisoned along with that of that the dead should meet the living is itself a miracle. One brief, precious moment is enough. Do not weep for me, Jet. I know you will accomplish many great things in your life. You will go further and climb higher than I ever did. All I ask is that you take good care of yourself.
Father. Father.
Hey, Jet. Do you want something to eat?
I'm fine. Thanks, Paimon. It was just a little sudden. He was trapped in the Golden Slumber for our sake. And now, after all this...
You've grown strong, Jet. More than enough.
Yeah. I'll leave the past in my memory where it belongs. Goodbye, Father.
Ah, me, what a touching reunion that was.
We three retainers, once imprisoned for our iniquity, are surely the least qualified to judge whether this deed is good or bad. Either way, Aru is open. Now you have your opportunity. And with it, whatever. Although Aru was created by a god, human craftsmanship was nevertheless required to build the gate that connects it to this world. Perhaps the relationship between gods and humanity follows a similar principle.
As for your proposed renovations, we cannot determine which functions to keep or discard. Proceed as you see fit, but please entrust the task to your most accomplished scholars, or Bennu will—
It matters not. The Ibis King shall be accountable if any problems arise. Ibis, you chose to take on disciples, and so it follows that you must accept the—
If I'd known you'd be like this, I would have locked all of you away in Aru.
All of us? What does this have to do?
Vilify me no further. Scholars, since you have liberated Aru, allow me to present you with a gift. Using Aru's power, we shall install a defense mechanism at our king's mausoleum. You must be guarded even against Irminsul itself. This shall afford you some convenience. Unseen and unheard. From this moment forth, none may by sight or hearing perceive anything said or done.
Amazing. And all that—
With technology from the heavens, the possibilities are endless. Just because King Deshret did not use it for this purpose does not mean that it cannot be done. So, marvel—
All right. Well, that resolves the issue of confidentiality. What about the technical side? Do we have—
Why, yes. I've already contacted—
You must be the ones tasked by the Academia.
That's right. Good afternoon. I'm Kaveh, and these two are Termezi and Naisaburi. Hey, I'll hate them!
We've met before. This is Thoth, the Ibis King, and everyone knows these two. Afternoon—
I've only ever seen these two. Ah, the paintings in the temple. They show us chatting, playing cards, playing chess. Precisely the activities we most enjoy, funnily enough.
No, only you enjoy playing chess.
I wouldn't go that far.
Back to the matter at hand. A preliminary assessment by the Academia indicates that this project requires expertise in various disciplines, including the deciphering of ancient texts, mechanical engineering, the restoration of ancient ruins, and elemental theory. The most capable minds in their respective fields are here before you.
The artisans who built Aru for Al-Ahmar gave their very lives to create this splendid work. Follow their example by giving.
I didn't know that. We'll do our best, of course, but we—
Such brazen words. Humans these days are a far cry from their ancestors.
No, that's not what he meant. Please, don't mind him. He shares your sentiments, just not your, penchant for hyperbole. Assuming that—
I just think it's important to manage expectation.
Forgive my lack of courtesy, but we simply can't sacrifice our lives to the gods on completion of the project like people— Here's a first draft of the project proposal for your perusal. Please let us know if you have any requests. Normally, I'd have made it look a lot more visually appealing, but we were really pressed for time on this occasion. I hope you'll forgive me if it's a little rough around the edges.
Naturally, naturally.
If my fellow ministers deem this meager display of...
Why are you so preoccupied with the ostentatious displays of respect to Al-Ahmar? We should be trying to make things easy for them. You never know. We might have to rely on these young people to look after us in our old age.
Exactly.
This is Aru's mainframe. Be reminded to use it with great...
We certainly will.
You may attempt to lay out punishment should you so desire, though I'm afraid it would be futile. You and I both know...
King Deshret always believed in humanity. Still, the reason that Aru's modules are designed that way is not so much because he trusted them.
Is that true? No wonder human artisans helped to build Aru then. He actually required human assistance to create...
Naturally.
Have you noticed that the Goat King keeps giving superficial responses? It's like he's just going through the motions and leaving the real debate to...
He understands the art of perfunctory speech. That's what earned him his position as the Minister of Ministers. It seems the rumors about King Deshret being a poor judge of character are baseless after all.
Excuse me for being blunt, but it sounds suspiciously like you're putting yourself on a pedestal and mocking me.
You're mistaken. And while there's nothing strictly wrong with making every conversation about yourself, it's not exactly a positive tendency either.
You? Whatever. I knew it'd be like this working with you. All right, let me past. I need to look at this console.
It's your job to activate it after all. Let's begin. Everyone, please proceed with the external checks and preparations as per the
Hello there, youngsters.
Whoa, the Ibis King came to life.
What do you mean, came to life? I've been...
You did say we could start our research, right? Are you happy?
I've reviewed the proposal. The work you're planning to carry out on this grand device is ambitious in its scope. You have ample confidence in your ability.
I wouldn't say I'm feeling hugely confident, but given how bad things are, I'd rather at least try something than sit around waiting to die.
You are the top scholars of your day. I trust you are aware that there are countless links between Aru and the Akasha?
Aru and the Akasha? I thought the Akasha was the Academia's greatest technological accomplishment, created years ago by the Dendro Archon to help her
And you too?
You've read the instruction manual, right?
An instruction manual? The Akasha has an instruction manual? The Dendro...
It used to sit on a shelf in the corner at the House of Dana. Not the most If the manual is to be believed, Aru was in fact the original inspiration.
What? But there are so few records about Aru anywhere. And practically none of these
but this is something you could not possibly have known. You may have heard many stories about the desert, but what is the most important aspect of history? Consider this a quiz. Anyone from Vahumana present?
I'm from Vahumana. It's, well,
Precisely. And a large part of veracity is the chronological order in which events occur. I may as well tell you. In the beginning, Nabu Malikata, the goddess of flowers, descended upon Sumeru. The glory of the heaven was within her. She brought life, oases, and knowledge to this land. Then she created the Jinn, enlightened them, and ordered them to serve her. Two other gods also walked upon this land, where wisdom... It was the first and greatest alliance. We should speak with reverence of this covenant between the three, which transcended both time and life. For all the great changes in Sumeru's history began with the goddess of flowers. For King Deshret's sake, she pried into the secrets of Celestia, and for this, was burned to ashes by the flames of wrath. So grieved was King Deshret by her passing that he lost all interest in state affairs and devoted himself instead to the knowledge that she had brought back. It was after learning of the technology from that floating island in the and so the Akasha was inspired by Aru, while the basis for Aru itself came from Celestia's technology.
Well, if the two share a common technological origin...
Unbelievable. Have you no reverence at all for Celeste?
No, I do, but there's no time for that. The schedule is too tight.
Perhaps you could try coming up with our cutoff dates.
You know what it's like having to turn around 5 different drafts in one day? I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
Yeah, also, Sir Ibis, King, you don't plan on getting directly involved at all?
Yes, well, you strike us more as having come to give a popular science lecture. Or, wait, does this count as more of a...
Neither. Anyway, this sounds like far too much work for me.
Still, if Aru is so powerful, why didn't King Deshret use it for more...
Because it was never fully completed. King Deshret had grand plans, but he perished before they could come to fruition. In the beginning, his wish was to create something that could rival the very world itself. The Lord of Flowers sacrificed what he desired, she bestowed, and thus was knowledge brought into the world. Her courage and that monument, built from knowledge and technology, etched with us. At that time, King Deshret said the following to the Lord of Dendro. Since we share an eternal covenant, I shall never be your enemy. Hence, the fruits of wisdom from the heaven. Remember, it is not that I lack the power to become the enemy of wisdom. Yet you and she have taught me much and shown me kindness. In the end, Aru was only used to store a portion of the souls. It was but a primitive form of the masterwork the king had envisaged. His final hope for Aru was to return to the past, when she yet lived.
So the point you're making is, King Deshret was both powerful and ambitious, and he only ceased his imperious ways out of affection for the Goddess of Flowers and the Dendro Archon. You could see this as an act of mercy, but you could also see it as the sentiments that lay between these three gods placing constraints on him.
This explains why Aru was both a prison and a monument, and why the
You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all manner of misfortune. This is as true for gods as it is for humans. Love is the same. It is both a prison and a monument. All right, let us pause the story here for now. See, who's in charge again?
Ah, yes, me and him.
Now then, Chloe. Wisdom hides in the space between the tangible and the intangible. It is to convey the incommunicable through the... By the power of King Deshret, I shall grant you a glimpse into the unseen secret.
Where did this come from?
It looks more like some form of externalized information.
Just as the Akasha allows you to access a greater range of knowledge, the power of our king permits one to perceive ingenuities that do not... This is no ordinary mechanism. It reflects the internal structure of Aru. Whether you choose to increase or decrease, keep or discard. Come, use these to achieve...
Looks mechanical to me. Better let me handle it, just in case.
Turn around.
So that's where the elevator... Come at me! Obelisks were used to record important information in the ancient desert civilization. Hey, Alhaitham, there's some writing here. I've sent it to your screen.
Got it. It's so...
Take a look and tell me what it says. Oh, and I'll send any other similar text direct...
Let's start with this one. It's a variant of an older script. Here it looks like cultural information from the age of King...
If so, I suggest you delete.
Words thrown together merely for fun. I had no idea Aru kept a record of this.
Well, as long as you're certain that this is strictly private information, that's fine.
It is unimportant.
All right, well, I guess I'll start now. Found some more. Sending...
These are all reports about the Gurubad conflict.
Can we delete them?
I'd say so. Most of this information has already been...
What if there are details in there that Vahumana missed? What are we supposed to do if they come after us in the future?
They'll just have to live with it. If we don't resolve these issues now, there won't even be an academia in the future.
Yeah, you're right. There's some other similar monuments nearby. I'll... Another monument.
Hold on.
You're still reading it?
It records the development and governance of the Oasis civilization. Most of it concerns the Jinn, but it also contains records left by the artisans who built it.
Is it important?
Some of it. There was no way for me to read the whole thing in its entirety, so I had to rely on my intuition to pick the parts worth keeping.
What about the artisans' records? What do they mention?
They're speculations, mostly. For instance, they were wondering how to protect themselves if King Deshret decided to silence them after the
Sounds like pure mythology to me. Surely that kind of thing didn't really happen.
The records do emphasize that this was merely their conjecture based on various myths. Still, the artisans did leave details of their plans to survive, including blueprints for their escape route.
Even that got recorded? Okay, well, I'll make a copy of this.
Is that truly necessary?
No, the blueprints are important. I want to keep... I think that should...
It meets the requirements of the contingency plans, so we should be good.
I gotta say, it's the strangest feeling. It's like drifting between life and death, or in and out of a dream, using my own hands to manipulate illusions that are for...
Chasing dreams in the most literal sense.
What happens if my spirit just...
That won't happen. Anyway, I wouldn't celebrate just yet if I were you. There's likely...
All right.
Clear weather. leaves. And I know just the tune to accompany. Scenery, wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a one. One with nature.
As the prophet foretold, the Reaper's descent upon Lockhart is at hand!